3 Count Thursday is sponsored by Arena Eats. Log on to the website arenaeats.app, that's arenaeats.app, for the ultimate fan experience. At your favorite sports venue, Arena Eats mobile app, pre-order, express pickup, and in-seat delivery. How do you place your order? Let's jump right into it, guys, with our weekly segment. On this day. 3 birthdays on October the 1st. Hector Guerrero and Curtis Axel, both born in 1979. And Robbie E. in 1983. And then got a few things that happened. On this day. Back in 1980.
Curtis Axel's that old.
Yeah. I was kind of surprised when I saw that one. I did not expect him to be
on the wrong side of 40.
He most certainly is. But in 1985, Rick McGraw appeared on Piper's Pit during a WWF television taping in Poughkeepsie, New York, questioning why Roddy Piper never wrestled on television. It set up a match between the two at the next TV taping later in October. Piper pinning McGraw after a vicious series of neck breakers, McGraw taken out on a stretcher. Unfortunately, then, McGraw died on November the 1st, the same weekend that the match with Piper aired in most television markets. So a sad one to kick it off. Also, on this day, 1992, Kerry Von Erich is sentenced on 6 felony counts of prescription forgery. He receives a 10-year suspended sentence, 10 years supervised probation, and a $6,000 fine. 4 months later, he would violate probation, get indicted on a cocaine possession charge, facing certain jail time. Of course, we know the unfortunate end to that story. He committed suicide. Then we move all the way up to 2000. On this day, ECW holds their final Anarchy Rules pay-per-view at the Roy Wilkins Auditorium in St. Paul, Minnesota, drawing over 4,500 fans for a show headlined by Jerry Lynn winning the ECW World Heavyweight title from Justin Credible in front of his hometown fans. On this day, 2004, PWInsider.com Elite member Chris Catanzee sent word that WWE 24/7 launched on cable provider, and you guys will probably know this name, Blue Ridge Cable in Pennsylvania for $6.95 a month. It was the first quiet rollout for the video on demand service, which launched with material available. Of course, that was the very beginning of what would eventually become the award-winning WWE Network. On this day, 2006, Michael P.S. Hayes replaced Alex Greenfield as the lead SmackDown writer. Greenfield gave the company notice as he had several screenplays about to go into production. And then finally, on this day, in 2009, the first trailer for Dwayne Johnson's family comedy, and I'm pretty sure Ryan's favorite movie, The Tooth Fairy, was released. So these are all the things that happened on this day, October the 1st.
What was the name of that, the former writer who had multiple screenplays?
Alex Greenfield?
Okay.
Does it ring a bell at all?
No, I'm looking into this.
Devin says he's drinking a Coca-Cola slushie. That sounds tasty. That I've always enjoyed the slushies. So again, if you're following along with us in the live video, give it a like and a share. We'd appreciate that. And if you missed on Tuesday, Ryan, Tim, and I had kind of gave a long form review of WWE Clash of Champions. So we're not going to go long form on this one, but since he's not here, I'm supposed to relay Matt. Ryan tends to believe that now I don't know if this is true or not, that you had gotten a leaked script for Monday Night Raw and saw that Shane McMahon and Raw Underground were not going to be on the show, and that's why you were very upset on Sunday and kind of poo-pooed the ending of the Universal title match. Can you confirm?
I didn't poo-poo anything. You're not allowed to. This is 3 Count Thursday.
You've learned.
Best ending to a pay-per-view I've ever seen in my life.
See, I like you. You're finally starting to put the pieces together, Matt.
Before before we get there, here are the multiple films that we had in the works. Street Warrior, you know that one. Jack's Family Adventure, The Temple.
Who the hell is this?
10.0 Earthquake.
What the hell is even that?
The Cookie Mobster.
Holy Jesus. What
The
is
Sand.
that? What the
And-
fuck is that?
Finally, Diagnosis Delicious.
What?
It's a good thing he walked away from SmackDown fat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you
Great.
gotta chase those dreams.
Great career choice there, pal. Great career choice. I mean, maybe.
To be fair, they all got made. So,
well,
that's
that's fair.
he at least collected a check for those films.
And to be
What was
fair,
that one about Delicious? What was that called?
Diagnosis Delicious.
Diagnosis
Diagnosis Delicious.
Delicious. Yeah, I've never
Classic.
heard of those, but
That's actually Ryan's third favorite movie behind Tooth Fairy and Not Another Teen Movie.
yeah. You know, not another teen movie hung up there for a while, but once
Slowly got replaced.
once the Tooth Fairy came out, Ryan just bought in completely to that one, and I don't know if he wants me to reveal this, but I'm pretty sure. Like, I've heard people do this for like Star Wars and like certain like some of the Marvel movies. They'll go like every week or every other week that the movie's in theaters. Ryan went every Sunday afternoon to the Tooth Fairy while it was in theaters, and I said, Ryan, you can just wait till it comes out on DVD. And he said, no.
No,
This is far too great of a film for me to let it pass. So I have to stay committed to watching it in the theater as long as I can.
I mean, at least he went like for the matinee price.
Yeah.
So he had that going for him.
Yeah,
It's thrifty.
Sunday afternoon, he got up, would have a nice little brunch. Then he made his way down to the movie theater, got his popcorn and his soda. So, but hey, The Rock may not have become the movie star that we know him as now if it wasn't for Ryan and the success of the Tooth Fairy. So
That's true. You really bolstered the box office success of that film.
yeah, it had like 3 every week instead of 2. All right, so
Didn't Ryan dress up in like fairy wings as well? He was kind of like
did.
a cosplayer for
He
that.
did have a cosplay situation going on
At
too.
least for a few of the screenings, if I recall correctly.
that sounds
Good.
right. That sounds entirely
Fairy
accurate.
wings.
He also cosplayed because when he went and saw the midnight premiere of the Game Plan starring The Rock and wore his like football
Is
jersey.
that was
with
say that's
the
that was
iPad.
the
And
football one?
Jersey on, I remember that.
But
That one
one
wasn't bad.
that one didn't hold up as much to him. He only saw it at the midnight premiere, and
Yeah, and then he was like, okay, whatever. Yeah, sure. He wins the game, and his daughter's happy. Cool. But that Tooth Fairy. it really-
Spoilers, Jim.
Oh, sorry.
Spoilers.
Sorry. Iron Man dies. Woohoo! I'm reckless. I'm reckless tonight. Three Count Thursday is sponsored by Arena Eats. Log on to the website arenaeats.app. That's arenaeats.app for the ultimate fan experience. At your favorite sports venue, Arena Eats mobile app, pre-order, express pickup, and in-seat delivery. How do you place your order? So yeah, Sunday, obviously we look back at Clash of Champions, and if you want to hear our long form review of it, it's on all of our social media, it's on our YouTube, and it's on the podcast feed. But if you're following along with us, let us know what was your grade for the show, and maybe what was your favorite match from the show. For me, I mean, I think, and I don't have my sheet in front of me, but I'm pretty sure that based on my grading system, my grade for the show came out to a B, and I think that's a solid grade for it. I thought the opener was fantastic. Like 100, I gave that an A plus. The main event I gave an A plus. There's a couple B's and C's throughout the card. Nothing horrible. I think this is probably one of the best, if not the best show in the empty arena era. But for me, the best match that was the main event. I thought the storytelling throughout and all of that was just absolutely spectacular. Matt, your quick thoughts here on Clash of Champions.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I did like it a lot. I know, the joke earlier. I did not like the whole throwing in of the towel part of the match. I liked everything leading up to that, and to an extent afterwards. I just felt like the throwing of the towel and the internal struggle of like don't do it, Oos. I've got to do it, Oos. Like that was just cheesy to me. But then once the towel was thrown in and we got like the comments of like, this is what he would do to family. Where is he going to stop? Everything else worked. It was just awkward for me to watch that whole towel situation. So that was the only problem I had with the show. So I would still give it an A.
You would give the show an A.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So this may be the craziest thing that we have heard in 2020 is Matt has graded a WWE pay-per-view higher than me. Wow. I'm speechless. Intern Mark, your thoughts on the show.
I too thought it was a really good show. Overall, I would give it a solid B+. I thought it was better than average. Same thing, the main event, the story they told. I mean, Roman Reigns came out looking like a monster heel, and that's what they were going for, and they nailed it. So, and the whole thing with throwing the towel in, we saw that before with was Bob Backlund and Bret Hart.
Nope, Mark, you're wrong. This was an original storyline. No one's ever thrown a towel before at any event. The Usos invented towel throwing specifically for this moment.
No, wait a minute. Didn't Arnie Skolin threw the towel in for Bob Backlund, or am I mistaken?
No, you're mistaken. 100% wrong.
No, it didn't.
The Iron Sheik made Backlund tap out for the world title. Yeah, I don't think that the Usos will be getting an Academy Award for acting anytime soon, but
they're certainly not going to be in the Tooth Fairy 2.
I think there was a Tooth Fairy 2 with
I think so.
With what's his name? Larry the Cable Guy or whatever they call him.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look that up right now.
I'm
Oh, sure was. The Tooth Fairy 2 came out in 2012. Yep, starring Larry the Cable Guy in the
Larry the Label Guy.
Larry the Label Guy.
Carry the Label Guy.
Carry the Label Guy. Wow.
Carry the Label Guy. I'd rather go to the dentist than sit through that movie. I bet that was awful.
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
Wasn't Santino in that movie?
Oh, what? Let me grab it back up here. Cast.
Mark, you were a Santino fan, weren't you?
Santino Marella.
Yeah.
I don't see him listed here. I don't see him listed here.
The Milan Miracle.
I could see you owning the snake.
That snake was the Cobra was so ridiculous, but I did like it. I didn't care for it when it squared off against Mr. Sacco at that Royal Rumble, but it was so riddicklous. It was good. I don't have a snake. Santino Marella.
Yeah, if he was in it, Matt, I think he was uncredited. He was in Scooby-Doo, WrestleMania Mystery, and Jingle All the Way 2.
That
was the
Jingle All the Way 2.
That's the Carry the Label Guy film.
That was the blockbuster sequel you remember him in.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Nikki says her favorite match was the Intercontinental. Yeah, that one is on my that one's on my best matches of the year. Whether or not it will make the top 5 at the end of the year is to remain to be seen, but I thought that was really good. Nikki gives the show an A. William said he gives the show a B. So that's where I was at. Devin also gives it a B as well. And Nikki also says she didn't like the end. Didn't think Roman's beatdown was convincing enough for her.
That's fair.
Yeah, and I can agree to a point that for some the back and forth with the towel thing could have went on maybe a little bit long. I was just so bought into it at that point that it didn't seem to drag for me. But I can see that it wasn't the most it wasn't the most well acted of things we have ever seen.
I think everyone was on the edge of their seat.
Yeah.
Is he going to throw it? Don't throw it.
I mean,
That's
I
why
wasn't
I was so upset. I was just screaming at my TV. Oos, no.
No,
He said no.
Don't do it, Oos. He's your brother. Don't
You
do it,
screaming,
Oos.
You woke up your daughter. You're screaming too. I heard that.
I did, yeah. That's why it took it away from me. It woke up my daughter screaming and had to put her back down. It was just,
Lucky for me, my dog's pretty much deaf at this point, so he didn't hear me yelling at the TV. So that was a good thing. It was a really good show. It didn't have a great build, especially on the Raw side, but it's I thought I was pleased with the final result. So. Three Count Thursday is sponsored by Arena Eats. Log on to the website arenaeats.app, that's arenaeats.app, for the ultimate fan experience. At your favorite sports venue, Arena Eats mobile app, pre-order, express pickup, and in-seat delivery. How do you place your order?